providing a good experience is something that like I really want to do, but like I'm excited to learn more about that.
Okay. So then the next one about the high quality experience in the room. Tell me a bit about where you think that anxiety is really fear. It's fear manifesting itself in an emotion, right, in our bodies. So I always like to come back to, as best I can, what is the actual fear? Like sometimes that's connected to an experience that we have had with a client. So I'll give you an example. The first client I ever had in my whole life when I was
Hmm.
18, fresh as a daisy, was a client who left the booking early. And
Uh-huh.
I really, really felt upset by that because I just didn't think that somebody would leave early. And I really thought that that was a reflection of me. And I was fearful that I'd done something wrong, that I wouldn't
Yeah.
be good at the job. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes we have these fears, but we can trace them to an experience. So I just am interested for you. Where do you think that anxiety, which is ultimately a fear that you haven't done a good job or you're not able to or you won't do it in the future, whatever variation, what do you think it is for you?
I think it's the lack of experience that I have like firsthand, and um also I feel like I have like a pretty I do really well with like, in my opinion, providing a good experience with like my sugar daddies in that sense, and like in the bedroom, like I feel like I have that sense of control and I know how to like lead it to like make like him happy and everything like go well. But I think the one experience I did have with an escorting client, I think that threw me off because he was also the same age as me, which I think having a client that's like not older and the same age as me for some reason like messed with my mindset and like how to present myself, and also um like right when I got into the room he like went to begin, and I was just kind of like thrown off and didn't know how to take control of that situation, and like I feel like I was just kind of distracted during the experience because I was like just so confused and just like oh, it wasn't what I was expecting, and like not how my other dates have gone in the past.
And with that booking, aside from the start of the booking, how do you feel it went like during and by the end?
I think by the end, like um things went well and like we were having like good chemistry and like talking and laughing and giving each other like oddly enough like restaurant recommendations and stuff, and like he like he asked about like wanting to see me again and stuff, so I think like it eventually like went right, and like I was able to like experience, but just getting just made me really nervous for some reason.
Okay. I think that makes a lot of sense transitioning from sugar to escorting because it is different, right? Like
Hmm.
sugaring, there is this perception and dynamic that everybody's upholding about the fact that it's more so dating than escorting.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I guess like the difference between sugaring and escorting is still something I'm trying to like learn to my best ability, and it's something like I'm insecure that I won't be able to provide a good experience, or I guess like fears within myself of being charming enough or flirty or like controlling enough. Like it's just like those things I'm kind of nervous about.
Yeah. Okay. I totally feel you. And it is a different dynamic. There is a far more transactional nature in escorting, and also it's more expensive. So, like a client spends $800 for 1 hour. Well, he's conscious that he's only got 1 hour And like there's physical repercussions for guys. Like there's nerves about not being able to perform physically, about especially if you've got guys, if they're nervous and they take longer to come, you'll find that they'll be more antsy to get into the physical stuff because they're worried about the time and about not being able to like get to that point, basically. Whereas the
Mhm.
dates that you've had, I'm guessing they're usually like 2, 3, 4 hour trysts, right? And you're probably not super strict on the time. It unfolds a
Yeah,
bit more organically. Is that kind of the gist of it?
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So just so you know, like that nerves that you're experiencing, it's really on both sides of the fence. And so there is a bit more, I wouldn't say expectation, but you will find over time that you'll get better at controlling the flow of the booking. And I'll point you in a couple of places in the course that you can probably jump to that will help you with this stuff. It really is just about basically condensing. Literally, all we're doing is condensing the organic experience that you have on a 4 hour date into a shorter window of an hour. Like you literally, that's all we're trying to do because we want the same feel. We just want to do it faster because the time is less. So, like, you're already doing it. You're already doing that in these longer dates with guys. You already know how to meet somebody, how to
Yeah.
create chemistry, how to do a good job, how to provide a sexual experience. Now, all you need to do is essentially just go, okay, how can I do that faster? That's pretty much it.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. And yeah, the more, and also give yourself some flexibility. You've done one booking.
Yeah, I guess
So
it's hard. It's like easy to be hard on myself, but like I've only done this once, so it'll come to me eventually.
yeah, look, practice really does make perfect. It's not the right approach for everybody, and it's not actually even possible for some people. But when I've spoken to a lot of first time escorts or really new to the industry escorts, like here in Australia, for example, I will often recommend that they go to a parlor first because of the volume of work that they get. If you've kind of come in at the highest, like top end of the market where the volume is less, which is good, but the downside of that is, yeah, you have a lot of time between bookings to think about it and wish that you had the opportunity to practice. And that will come with what we do. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
if you're in a parlor, for example, not that you can where you are, but you literally sit there and, might see 6 clients back to back in a day, you get good fast because you're just seeing so many people.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Cool. So I'll send you some specific material, but in
Okay.
your mind, kind of think about it like that. It's like, all right, if I was meeting a sugar daddy and we just had an hour, like how would you behave? It would all move much faster as well. Um,
Hmm.
and you can um, transfer the 4 hour date experience into 1 hour in a room. If you have a date, you kind of probably have an hour of like conversation, warming up, flirting, and then
Yeah.
it'll go however it goes. In an hour booking, you've got like 10 or 15 minutes warm up flirting. Then you've got like half an hour in the room, and then 15 minutes is like a cool down. It's the same thing in terms of structure, it's just faster.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that.
If you want to learn more escorting tips, just click the link below this video.